And today we've got a reading for you about somebody who feels like you're in this King of Wands energy. And what that means is they feel like you're getting all of the attention. So this could be someone who feels like they are kind of in competition with you, or maybe this is someone who is hoping that you will choose them and they feel like you're distracted by all these other people. They're just struggling because they feel like they've done a lot or made a lot of effort with the Seven of Pentacles to get noticed or to get the attention that they feel like you keep getting or other people get from you. So they're trying to figure out what they can do to finally get noticed, right? So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a good day so far. Good morning, Banks. Hello, Mickey. How you doing? Hello, Key Controller. If you're interested in a personal reading, I'd love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is a link to give you more information on how to become a member if you are looking for additional content, shorts, videos, and live streams. Hello, Grindhard. How you doing? Hello, Leo. Hello, Illuminati. What's happening? All right, let's see what else we've got for you. This is the Egyptian Tarot. No, I don't think she's been on. She's probably working her little bum off. But shout out to Peggy. I hope she's doing well. I hope she gets to relax today. So we've got the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, someone who's been putting in effort. I feel like it's making me think of Sydney Sweeney's character in Euphoria. Take this with a grain of salt because I haven't really watched the actual series. I've just seen enough like reels and references to it. But that part where she's doing the most to be as attractive or fit somebody else's well, because she was trying to take her best friend's like look, right? This is somebody who is trying to figure out how to get more attention, and they feel like they're not good enough, so they have to do something extreme, like getting up at, what was it, like 4:30 in the morning to get ready for school, that kind of thing. No, that's her name. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Mavis. How are you doing? So we've got the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is in the reverse. This is someone who's comparing themselves to you or someone who feels like you will never notice them. So whether it's competitive with you or wanting your attention, they feel like nothing that they're doing is getting that mission achieved, right? Hey, Stephen, how are you doing? Hello, Lokonda, how are you doing? I don't know what you mean by that. You want to elaborate? Five of Pentacles in the reverse and the Sun. So it's hard to be next to somebody that gets all the attention. It's hard to compete. This is someone who I think is dealing with some insecurity. They're comparing themselves to a sibling, a best friend, or you know, folks in that social setting, maybe even a coworker. Hey, April, how are you doing? All right. Hello, Laura. What's going on? Oh, I'm proud of you, Mavis. Well done. We've got the Two of Cups, the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So this is someone who's trying to get attention, I believe they want to be loved, right? But they feel like they are not worthy of this love as they are. So they're trying to figure out, what can I do to like better my chances? How can I like get noticed? How can I get somebody to like me since I don't feel like I'm good enough as is? So this could be somebody who's like going in for like a makeover, right? This could be somebody who's stealing another person's look. They feel like what they have going for them, it's not working, so let's try something different, right? Hello, Storm. Hello, Master Chief. Hello, Osman. Hello, John from Finland. I've heard it's beautiful. So yeah, this individual, they're hiding some grand scheme of theirs or some, I mean, they're hiding themselves really, because they feel like they have to put on some illusion in order to get attention or to get what they want. It's starting to feel like this is not just one person that they're focusing on. This is somebody who may want to compete with their friends, but may also be looking for a particular person's attention. Now our King of Wands is clarified by the Emperor, which could indicate that we have an Aries energy that they're very focused on. Hello, Dawn. How are you doing? Hello, Dee. Hello, Yada. Hello, Steph. But we do also have the Death card. It's interesting because it looks like this is a reference to wanting to end somebody else's attention being captured by another, but also wanting to go through some sort of transformation like a makeover in order to get that person's attention. So we could have somebody who's trying to distract an individual from their own like boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, whatever it might be, because they want this person's attention. But it could also just be, I like to compete with my brother. I like to compete with my sister, you know, one of those things. We have the Nine of Wands. And so I feel like the main goal is I want to feel like somebody's like favorite person. I want to be the reason they wake up in the morning. They're just really obsessed with feeling loved. Hey Jerry, if you'd like to be respectful, you may remain in the live chat, but if not, I'm going to block you. I don't like that. I'm gonna put you on a timeout, but I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And that's not really appropriate. Hello, is she? Hello, Erin. I appreciate the apology. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Larry. We've got the Six of Wands in the reverse and the Star. This is the Gold Foil Tarot, by the way. Look, this is somebody who feels like whatever they've been doing, it's not working. There's some insecurity or some lack of confidence here, right? And as a result, we've got someone who's trying to figure out, if I change up my whole approach, if I take what works for somebody else, then I will be able to get the attention that I'm looking for, right? Hey, Misty, how are you doing? Hello, Emma. It's just a comment. I hope you find that soon, Larry and Gary. Wow, that's so weird. All right, so we've got Wheel of Fortune in the reverse and the Six of Cups. Oh, Lord. Okay. I mean, I cannot say this anymore. I feel like this is a little bit of a copycat, right? So that person over there is getting a bunch of attention. Maybe if I dress like them, or maybe if I cut my hair like them, or maybe if I wear the same kind of clothes, right? Well, I guess that's the first one I said. There's just this like, what can I do to take somebody else's like mojo or what's working out for them, right? That's not what we do here, and hello, Brett. How are you doing? Yes, this is a general reading. Okay. Well, maybe a different website or channel for that. Hello, my name is not Rick. Is it Morty? Just curious. Or What was Rick's other name? Was it like C137? Hello, superstar. How are you doing? All right, so we've got someone who feels like they need to borrow from someone else's personality or someone else's like character, even their looks. I've got to change things up if I want the attention that I want, or if I want to potentially like steal someone from a relationship. But what they don't seem to realize is that if they're going to sacrifice authenticity, if they're just going to try to wear a mask, it's never going to feel real, right? So their efforts are in vain, which is why we started off with the Seven of Pentacles. I keep doing these things to try to get people to like me without realizing that the reason that people don't like me is because there's probably a cologne of desperation here, me trying to do everything to be like somebody else. Now, we had the sun come out twice. There's a lot of fire energy, so I feel like we've got either an Aries or a Leo here, somebody who is just naturally charming and probably quite attractive that this person's jealous of. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Brett. Hello, GP. What's going on? A random fact for you. A random fact for you is that I'm putting you on a 5-minute timeout because I don't know what you're talking about. Are you telling me what to wear? Yeah, it didn't work for my parents when I was a teenager, so it's not going to work for you now. Hello, Laura. How's it going? We've got the Nine of Swords again. We had that at the very beginning. Someone who's stressing out because they want someone, but that person doesn't want them. Ten of Cups in the reverse and the Fool in the reverse. So this is where that desperation comes out, right? Hello, Dino. Hello, Ruby. So we've got like a desperate move, right? It's kind of frustrating because this person could probably do quite well if they leaned into what they've already got naturally going on instead of trying to steal somebody else's like brand, right? I feel like they make a bad situation worse. In other words, I don't know that they really pull off the pretending to be like somebody else, right? It's not easy to do, especially not over a long period of time. So Strength in the reverse and Seven of Swords in the reverse. Their little trick doesn't fool anyone. If anything, it's just kind of like, oh, that's cool. You know, it's awkward because now there's an attempt to reinvent yourself that doesn't go well, and people become a little bit less interested in what you have going on, right? Like, oh, so you don't have anything interesting or unique to offer. You're just trying to take something from someone else's. Oh, I thank you, Matt. How are you doing? Oh, that sounds nice. Hello, Cheslin. How are you doing? Thank you for liking the video. I appreciate it. Oh, wow. We've got another Fool in the reverse already. Oh. Okay, so if you had like any, like maybe let's say you had like a 25% chance of getting the attention of and maybe going on a date or having a fun little like romantic weekend with somebody, if you were just being yourself, right? If you just played to your advantages, right? Highlighted your best features. Instead, this person seems to have made it that much less likely that someone would be interested in them because they are coming across as desperate and like wearing another person's uniform. You know what I mean? Hello, Cody. Hello, Life Path 5. How are you? Hey, James. Hello, Oracle Knowledge. So, High Priestess and Eight of Cups. This is like, okay, well, they would have done better on their own, but because they really tried too hard, because that desperation was coming through, We have someone who feels like they see through this trick, they see through this attempt, and it's like you get the ick, right? When someone's trying too hard, it's just not attractive. So there's even less there's less positive response to what this person is doing, and they get frustrated. They're like, well, what am I supposed to do? I tried being myself, you didn't like me then. I tried being somebody else, and you didn't like me then either. But you like that person over there, so what am I supposed to do? Seven of Cups, Justice in the reverse, Six of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Oh, boy. All right, so I guess this is going to be about somebody doing spell work. Because Seven of Cups is illusion. Justice in the reverse is manipulation, right? I'm trying to create something to trick you. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles, which talks about basically paying for something, right? And what are they paying for? Make me more attractive. Love spell. Thank you, Grind Hard. I appreciate you. Let me write that down. What you talking about, man? I think it does automatically up or capitalize good. I mean, I think what you're trying to say is, was she saying good things about me on Thursday? Just let me know if that's not the case. Which was 2 days ago, right? It's Saturday, right? And then, does she think about me? Oh, you're cute. I'm sure she does, but we will definitely do those. All right, sorry guys. Thank you, Grindhard. Hey, we all have that issue now and then, key controller, right? I think we need a few cards from the Fairy Lenormand. Oh, that's good to hear. What else do we have? So we've got the Bear, another reference to strength. Okay, so the thing I'm picking up on is this is somebody staying where they are, not really being tempted by this person who's trying to create this illusion, right? Like, I'm everything you've ever wanted. It's not real, but at least it looks like it is, right? So we've got the Anchor, number 35. I do feel like we've got somebody who's getting into a relationship and it makes somebody jealous. They may be moving in with each other, or it may be that we've got somebody who lives in close proximity to the person that they are admiring. Ooh, actually, this is the Kipper. Hello, Lollipop. I do explain that on my homepage, but yeah, I leverage tarot cards, but I also channel. Sudden wealth in the reverse. This is somebody who spent more money than they should have trying to do like a love spell or find some way to like transform themselves in order to get someone to notice them. And I don't feel like it works. See, they're trying to come across as like extra fancy, extra classy. Does not have to mean that this is a woman. I will say though, I've gotten a lot of references to a woman trying to go after the King of Wands, the Emperor. I think for the majority of you, that's how it looks in your life. But let's keep in mind that this is not the gender that I'm reading, it's energy, right? But we have somebody who's trying to make themselves as attractive as possible for this King of Wands, Emperor energy, and they are spending money to do it. But with occupation in the reverse, it feels to me like they're not achieving what they are trying to. We've got main male in the reverse. They've not been selected. It's like I don't get the attention that I thought I would by doing all of this stuff. Hey, if you're gonna post in a different language, then I'm going to delete your comment because I don't know if it's respectful or not. Peace be with you as well. Hello, Jessica. Yeah, I always talk about the Twilight Zone episode because I think it does quite well with that theme or that concept. It's called The Chaser, if you want to look it up. It's on Paramount Plus. But the general idea is if you have to force someone to love you, what kind of love do you expect to get out of that? You know, if you have to trick somebody into loving you, how long do you think that's sustainable? They'll figure it out eventually. So we've got someone here who feels like they can use tricks and spells and faking it to get someone to love them. But because they are playing a game, it's not going to last long. With Child in the Reverse, this is giving like it's not an innocent game to play, and when it eventually comes out, either the relationship they through manipulative means acquired is lost, or the mere fact that they're playing these games turns somebody off from the very get-go and they don't even get a chance. Grindhard, no. No love spells. So we've got someone who's waiting. I feel like you will fall in love with me at any time because I've done everything under the sun that I could think of to get you to fall in love with me. So one of them is going to work. Yes, exactly, Misty. And the point made in Twilight Zone's episode about it is that if you get somebody's love so easily, just a little potion, all of a sudden now it loses its charm. He didn't really want her anymore after that, you know? Hello, Tara. How are you doing? Or is it Tara? Sorry. I don't know which one. Hello, Foxy. How's Canada? Hello, Marcio. Hello, Mr. House. How are you doing? So we've got Enchanter. Well, that makes a ton of sense, doesn't it? Self-evaluation, awakening, purpose, independence, and confidence. I need something to give me the confidence to win over the person that doesn't seem to notice me. Thank you, Chloe. I appreciate you. If you have a question, let me know, and I will address it after I do the first two questions I've got. But I love your username. Makes me feel like I need to bring out the dragon cards. Hello, Alma. How are you doing? Oh, thank you, Lollipop. I appreciate that. No need to apologize. Wow, okay. Number 29, adversary, hard work, diligence, progress, challenges, adversity. I've done everything I could to make you love me, and I can't get you to love me. Why can't I? With the key, we have inner calling, clarity, resolve, intention, and objective. The reason is because whoever it is that they've fallen in love with, this Emperor energy is somebody who's been around the block a few times, okay? They're not stupid. So they're picking up on the fact that this is somebody who's not authentic, and they're not attracted to people who are fake. Raise your hand if you're attracted to people who are fake. I don't see anybody raising their hands. This is somebody who daydreamed about what it would be like to be with this person and felt like they could get what they wanted without realizing that the spell or the efforts they're going through to get what they wanted, they're short-lived or not real, right? Hello, Ajith, how are you doing? Hello, Moki, how are you doing? In Honolulu, that's awesome. My dad went to high school in Hawaii. All right, let's see. We're gonna go with a few cards from the Love Oracle, and then I'll switch over to those personal questions, okay, y'all? Hello, Dustin, how are you doing? Hello, Luciano, how you doing? a next day. I would just kind of watch the questions because you might get timed out with that. But yeah, we can talk about tarot. All right. Ooh, I like that. Divine Feminine. So here's the thing. I do feel like there is this Divine Masculine energy because we've seen the sun come out a few times, and that is masculine energy, right? And now we've got this Divine Feminine energy. This is somebody who's trying to emulate or pretend that they have this Divine Feminine energy to match that Divine Masculine energy that they see in someone. But they're hoping, or like kind of crossing their fingers, like maybe this person can't actually figure me out. Maybe if they have some cloudy judgment or they're not totally intuitive, then I can trick them with this little illusion that I've got, right? Welcome, Manure. I hope you're having a good day. Oh, enjoy your coffee. So we've got heart fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions, and messed up. I feel like this is specifically about the copycat. They are getting different signals, or they are misreading signals from the person that they are kind of want to say like obsessed with, but in love with, trying to get them obsessed with them, right? So they've tried everything that they can. Manifesting, candle magic, paying someone else. But it feels to me like the person that they're doing magic on is someone that they cannot do magic on. There are some people who are just too protected. People who really do work on their healing and have that natural confidence instead of always trying to get external validation. That's the type of person they're dealing with. So it does feel like no matter what they try, they're not able to get this person to be as into them, right? Nice. Hello, Ice Libra. If you want to donate in the live stream right now, I can do a personal question. Otherwise, if you want a long form reading, my email address is in the description box, and they're anywhere from $40 to $100 USD, and not through YouTube. Hello, Shango. How are you doing? Hello, Redbeard. All right. So basically, we've got a warning that somebody wants to find a way, even if it takes a long time. I will find a way to get you to love me. They're not looking to give up, you guys. It's a little bit of a creep factor. All right, let's switch over to the personal questions. What should I use? This is the Nightmare Before Christmas, because it's spooky season, you guys. You know that, right? I would say like $5 to $10 is generally what we see. Hello, AJ. No, I'm gonna put you on just a little bit of a timeout because I do ask that you be respectful. You're a sweet superstar. All right, so for Grindhard, we've got, was she talking? I think what you meant is like about you in a positive way on Thursday. Yes. So we've got the Two of Candles or the Two of Wands and the Four of Potions or the Four of Cups. This feels to me like a pros and cons list, or even questioning whether, you know, the distance was a bad idea. The Two of Wands is about making plans, but also like a second option, right? So I do feel like there is this, you know, he's been doing this, he's been doing that. Maybe I have been too, you know, hard on him. Maybe I should be a little bit more forgiving. Ten of Swords and the Lovers. There's a lot of talk about whether this is meant to be. So I feel like there's been a lot of problems, but can we get through it? Because I feel like this person's my soulmate. Ice Libra, there should be an icon of a dollar sign. I don't know what type phone you're using or computer, but mine looks different because I'm recording versus watching, so I might have to rely on GP if you know how to advise her. Hello, Faruku, how are you doing? Hello, Sania. Hello, Scars Remain. I do tend to do a few free ones, but I do prioritize, of course, questions for those that have donated. I'm putting you on a timeout, just 5 minutes. Hopefully that's enough for you to put together a coherent sentence. Yeah, it would be the super chat. Hello, Saeem, how are you doing? Yeah, that's kind of the way she seems to view it, Grindheart. And she's got, with the High Priestess in the reverse and the Page of Swords, it's like, I need to make sure that I'm looking at this without bias, or, you know, maybe she's getting advice from somebody, right? Because it feels like she's not entirely certain what to do because there is this strong pull, but there's also been this history. So trying to figure out how to handle things, right? But that's better than decisively feeling like there's no future, right? Oh, you got it, Ice Libra. Let me write down your name, and when I see your question, I'll write that down too. All right, so the second question for you, Grindheart, was whether or not she has been thinking about you. Thank you. You really are. You're funny. Oh, and even though Lucas deleted that comment, the answer is no, I don't. Why would you think that a stranger would be like, oh my God, you want to get naked together? I mean, if that's the quality of Riz you got, I can only imagine that the other is underwhelming. She's underwhelming. Hello, Roger. How are you doing? Hey, Carrie. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I have to make fun of people. I can't help it. Like, all right. King of Potions. There's love here, Grindheart. So yes, she's been thinking positively about you. It's just that, of course, it's got, like, it's peppered with some concern, right? Is this gonna go well? Is this, can we figure this out, right? So we've got the Eight of Swords. This is about somebody who feels a little bit like they're in a mental prison. I've got to work out this problem. In my mind, I've got to figure it out, right? Let me write that down. Oh, I'm so sorry you're going through all of that. Sending you some protective energy. And I've got your question written down. I'll do that for you in just a moment. Well, welcome to the channel. New Zealand, I've heard, is gorgeous. I'm drawn to that question, so I'm writing it down for you. Okay, so let's, just a quick shout out to Chloe. You had tipped, but I didn't see a question. So Chloe, if there is a question, I'm happy to do that for you. But I'm gonna take care of Ice Libra's question first. and check that, okay? Hey, Soul Music, how are you doing? Hello, JD. How's your day? Thank you, Peanut. All right. Let me ask the question now. Will Ice Libra's ex contact? Will Ice Libra's ex contact me? I do feel like there's contact that is made, but perhaps this is so weird, like almost accidentally, or you run into each other. It's like, I mean, one way to look at it is it's like a butt dial, right? I feel like there's something here that makes this person have to face you, but I don't know that I would say that it's willingly. And I do feel like there is some pretty immature energy here. Five of Pentacles in the reverse and the Fool. Yeah, I do feel like there's going to be a return or a face-to-face conversation. I don't feel like it's going to be like super reassuring, but I feel like with this person, it would be small steps. There's no way you get a giant leap into maturity and responsibility, right? So we've got the Ace of Potions. I do feel like there is going to be some love, support, and friendship that is offered to you. It takes a village, right? This individual, your ex, they're not going to be easy to deal with, but I do feel like there's going to be love for the child. So that at least is positive, and I appreciate that. Sending you healing, protective energy, and a big ol' hug, okay? Would it? All right, let's see. This is the Rider-Waite. So for our New Zealand friend, we had, how do I help girlfriend mature? What do we need to do with regards to the girlfriend's perception here? I think this goes way back to childhood. I think there is a relationship here that impacted how she views herself. I would send her a big ol' hug. I think it's been really difficult to think about or address those feelings that happened as a result of the relationship with this individual. So it feels like emotional abuse, right? I was always told that I was not smart, or I was always told that I didn't know what I was doing, or I was always told that I couldn't handle it. And that can lead to some acting out, but also some frustrations in terms of self-awareness, right? Or confidence. So I do feel like there is a need for probably therapy or something that can enable her to process what happened in those years, right? But I also feel like this Page of Wands is about you addressing confidence. What can you do to support hobbies or experiences that help her to see herself in the beautiful light where she is? Because when other people don't believe in you for a very long time, it can be really difficult to be that voice for yourself. So you have an opportunity to help her see her as she really is and not as how somebody else used to see her. I'm sending her a big ol' hug, and I'm glad that you are so concerned about her. So Murad would like to know, married and my girlfriend divorced. What will happen about us? Okay, so are you talking about a love triangle? Like you have a marriage and you want to know what's going on with the Taurus? I might need some clarification here. JD would like to know, does my man really love me? And just like a little tip, as I'm choosing the questions that are not tied to literal donations, I would much prefer to help folks that have emotional and spiritual path questions versus will I someday be rich? I will scroll right past that question because it doesn't do anything for me, okay? And it doesn't really do anything for you. If you want to achieve a certain milestone or have, notoriety or expertise, there's something deeper behind that, and that's what spirit wants to pass on to you. If I just tell you you're going to get money dropped into your lap, what good is that going to do for you, right? Let's talk about things that help you identify your path and what leads to a better experience in your life, right? So that was the one I was trying to do for JD, right? There, okay, just making sure. Does my man love me? I don't think it's real love. They may feel it's love, but this is somebody who's codependent. This is somebody who, it could be a strange combination of I feel like I don't have power in certain parts of my life, so I have to take more power in other areas. So this could be someone who, because they have some insecurity or some thing that they feel is not good, they are trying to exert power over another person or feel like somebody else will fix things for them. So JD, you deserve better than this. This is somebody who is looking at you as a seat filler, and that's not fair because you have so much more to offer than that. They want companionship, but it doesn't seem to matter too much about the details. And there's someone out there who would fall in love with all of your flaws. You just got to give them the opportunity to. So I wish you luck on that. Hello, girly girl. What a cute name. I love that. Thank you for the tip. I certainly appreciate that. Do me and my friend have a chance at a romantic reunion? Okay. Ooh, well, that could be a twin flame thing going on there, girly girl. Will girly girl and friend have a romantic reunion? That was such a great reveal that I had to dig through the stack of cards to find the lovers. Yes. You will have a romantic reunion. The thing is, it's giving a little bit of before sunset, before sunrise, whatever that movie was. It feels a little bit like it's an isolated, like you get like a weekend or a week together, right? So with that in mind, your advice here seems to be enjoy the time that you get with each other, make every moment count, and show gratitude for what you get with this person. I feel like that's the ticket to getting more time with them. Do you know what I mean? If you are, give me more, this wasn't enough, and sad about it, then there may not be another chapter. So appreciate all of the moments that you have in that reunion and focus on your healing. This could be a twin flame dynamic, by the way. Don't let me decide that for you. This is your decision, and do not talk. I would advise anyways not to tell someone you're my twin flame. I feel that's kind of manipulative, right? Hello, Missy. Thank you for the tip. So we've got, are his feelings for me sincere and genuine? And does he plan to stay for a long time or a good time? Yeah, that's a valid question. I gotta write down Tara as well. All right, so are the feelings genuine? Oh, you're so welcome. And best of luck to you in that. Remember to not sacrifice your boundaries for anybody. If they love you, they will treat you with respect. All right, so the feelings here, Misty, are genuine. The problem is there is still some non-committal energy. With the Three of Cups in the reverse, there's still this curiosity of like what else is out there, or could I delete the dating app? I could, but do I want to? I don't know. So there's some immaturity here. There might be a roster. So I feel like it's not so much about the amount of time this person's willing to spend with you, but the fact that they wouldn't necessarily be giving you their full attention. So are there feelings? Yes, but they need to grow up a little bit. So I would think the best move is give them a little bit of space, let them find out that nobody else out there really compares to how awesome you are. And don't give an inch as far as your confidence, right? You know what your worth is. Hey, Brad. I don't know if I really like that. I'm going to allow you to have your opinion, but love is also a motivation for a lot of people to change. Hey, Aqua Beauty, how you doing? All right, so Tara, did you have a question at all, hun? Otherwise, thank you just for being awesome. Yeah, well, you probably never get them to agree on things like that, though. All right. There's so much more than money in life. So, I don't know. I'm guessing, Brad, you're disagreeing with my comment earlier in terms of what questions that I enjoy answering for people. If you're just asking about whether or not you're going to be rich, there's not a lot of substance there in terms of spirituality, right? Ooh, there's a mosquito in here, you guys. Sorry. Dolores would like to know, will I find a romantic partner anytime soon? Well, I sure hope so, but let's find out. Yeah, see, Brad, that's just not like really a worthwhile goal, though. Like, I don't know. It's so empty. Like, are you going to share it with anyone? Or are you just going to be like the Monopoly man? Hello, Kevin. How's it going? Yeah, how many people out there, like, there's a great Mac Miller song about that. Like, you know, I got a ton of money in the world, but I'm lonely. That's definitely not verbatim. I don't have it. Sorry, guys. Not that cool. Yeah, see? There's more for you to understand about this, Brad. Just saying. Dolores wants to know, that's right. I'll find a romantic partner anytime soon. Yes, you might find two. Okay, so we've got the Two of Wands and the Hierophant in the reverse. So Dolores, there are two people who are going to express an interest in you. One of them has strong morals and the other does not. The other is not interested in a more committed connection. So it might be one of those things where you have to get to know these two a little bit more than expected to be able to make the right choice. In other words, you may get fooled by somebody who is pretending. Soul Music would like to know, was black magic done on me? Yes. Pertaining to your love life. and your money. What can be done? There's a need to, I think, do a protective spell because we've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. So, I don't know if you feel comfortable doing that. There's a lot of others that I'm sure would help, but yeah, there's definitely energy being sent your way. Yes, exactly. Oh, thank you. Do you have another question, hun? I generally discourage timing questions because there are so many factors, but they usually do give some, it's kind of like instead of giving you exact GPS directions to where you need to go, it's when somebody will tell you, you know, where like the KFC is or like the courthouse. It's proximity, right? Hey, Brad, if that's your religion, man, you go do that. That's your thing. That's cool. What I'm telling you is eventually at some point, you're going to realize that when you focus exclusively on money, you end up surrounded by people who will throw you under the bus for that money, or people who are only around you because they think you're going to pay for things. Go watch the talented Mr. Ripley. Tara had a question. Hold on. How do the people in my wrestling training group perceive me? Okay, thank you, Tara. I've got it. How do they perceive? They perceive you as getting involved when things get hairy or difficult or contentious or argumentative. So I think this is kind of a mixed bag. There are some people who feel like you start things, right? And there are other people who feel like you step in when people are being unreasonable. So I do feel like there's some, element of your voice is a loud voice within the group, or when you speak, people take it seriously. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be loud, right? But there is a perception of you as protecting things or being willing to stand up for others. You're so sweet. Thank you, Misty. Hello, Zeke. How are you doing? That's a good approach, Grindhard. Hello, Jacqueline. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate it. Am I heading on the right path in my personal and spiritual journey? And what do I need to do or leave behind? I got you. What do we have for Jacqueline on if she's on the right path? Oh, girl, you sure are. 4 of Wands, no joke, no joke. Okay, so this is saying the 4 of Wands is about milestones or achievements or leveling up, right? So yes, you are absolutely on the right path. With regards to the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, this is saying if there's room for improvement, it is within cutting things off at the right time. You might be a little bit of a people pleaser or be a little bit more generous than you should be. If there are instances where you work late and you don't get paid, or if there is somebody else's obligation or responsibility and you do it and they're just like not thankful for it, right? Oh, thank you so much, AMA. I appreciate that. There's something here about just making sure that your energy is assigned correctly, right? Don't give more than you should to any one thing or person because you do have big things that you're meant to do. Hello, Gnostic. How are you doing? And with the 10 of Cups, I do feel like the focus right now appears to be on domestic. So what is it around your family or around your living situation that would help you feel like your mind is clear? So for example, for me, I have to make my bed. If I don't make my bed, it gets under my skin. Was it always that way? No, but it is now. So there's something like that, right? Is it helpful to have a cleaner house, or is there somebody that shouldn't be living there? Is there a fix that you need to do so that you can drink more water? You know, little things like that. But I wish you well. Yeah, that's adorable. I love that. Hello, Luis. How are you doing? Hello, Alicia. No, I am not, Young Kim. Hello, Steven. How's it going? So, Ice Libra said, can you see the timing of the ex coming back? They will at least give a range for you. King of Cups and Tower. There's going to be something difficult that happens in Nathan's life. Could be a job loss, could be a situation regarding living, you know, apartment or home, not really an option anymore. And Hermit in the reverse. So I think it's about 9 weeks. Possibly a little bit longer. But I think about 9 to 10 weeks. And it's going to be like he's not in a good mood when he comes back around. You know what I mean? Jay asking the important questions. No, I don't wear my hair back. I don't like it. I put it up when it's hot, like if I'm weeding, but yeah, I don't know. It gives me headaches. Hello, Giselle. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day as well. I like it. All right, I will do one more question if anybody else has one. Ooh, I've got one from Naomi. Can I get a little clarity about, sorry, you said clearance, about my overseas boyfriend? It's a complicated no contact. What are his feelings about me? All right, so for Naomi, what are the long distance BF feelings for her? Ooh. Okay, so this feels like I'm in a situation where I have love, because I have Ace of Cups here, where I feel love for this person who is at a distance from me, and yet the person who's close is not really who I like, right? Oh, you're so welcome, Soul Music. Thank you. So it kind of feels like love the one you're with, if you know that song. There's competitive energy, but I know this person is not somebody that I would take seriously long term. I know that the person who, Naomi, who's, you know, far away, I have more of a connection with, but I guess I have to be a little bit secretive, or, you know, I don't get to have that physical intimacy, so they're finding it with someone nearby, right? Hey, Anne, please do not repeat your comments. Starship Captain, are you saying I should have a contest and give away a date with me? You know, there was a YouTuber that got killed, right? I would never do that. But you know what I am going to do? That's a great segue, even though your idea is kind of awful. Thank you anyways, because I think we're at like 19,000, I don't know, 90 subscribers, something like that. Once I get to 20,000 subscribers, I am going to give away 2 free readings. So the longer form, like not on a live stream, but I create a video. It's unlisted, so nobody else has access to it. So I'm going to give away 2 free readings when we hit 20,000. So yeah. Gnostic, that's still not enough. Look, I love all of you, and I want all of you to be happy, and I think about my collective every day. But I don't know if you guys realize this, but like as far as like hanging out with a lot of people, that's not really my thing. We can hang out here, you know what I mean? Hello, Leo. Thank you for the tip. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm sending you healing energy. Is there a spell done on me? Yes, I do feel there is. And I do feel like it was a woman who did this. But there is something that is going to interrupt this energy around you. So I do feel like it happens in nature. I don't know how much time you spend out in nature, but I do feel like you need to say important words, protective words, in a special place to you outdoors to protect your ability to, I feel like money gets better for you when you stop this energy hitting you. So, all right, y'all, I'm super hungry. I'm gonna have to go eat like a bagel or something. But yes, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for the tips. I love you all. I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.